What's up, everybody? Alright, how's your arthritis, Sladgie? What's up, everybody? We're hosting a rap tournament. 7 rounds. 7 rounds Swiss. 7 plus 5. 3 minutes between rounds. Mr. Coffee, can we get some more players? We have 8 minutes to start. Just 5 players. Only 5 players thus far. Mr. Coffee. Chess is Pawnda Brotherhood. Damn. Brotherhood. Freemasonry. I am Sparkle Horse. Alms, Ruslan Bear, Raftamov, Don't Cry Wolf, Pirate, St. Julian. What's new? I just had my coffee and it saved my life. I was really slacking, and this coffee has brought some energy back. Mr. Coffee, how are you? What's new with you? Impatient, aren't we? There in the chat room. Alright, I'll turn off the chat. Tournament chat is always annoying. What's up, guys? We've got Sparkle Horse, Alms, Don't Cry, Adam, Raftamov, Ruslan Bear, Astrobate, Pirate. Astrobate, are you with us, or you're sitting out? Even if you guys play, you can sit out, but you have to be entered before the first half of the tournament, so you have to enter the tournament before round 4. Not much here. Tournament in 2.5 weeks. Alright, Mr. Coffee, when do you go away? You have, that's not till later, right? You got school or something. Guys, don't forget, support the stream. World Senior donations up to $12.17.89. November, you're in Phoenix for a week. Alright, yeah, I saw that on the schedule. I don't know, man, my left elbow has some kind of condition. Getting old. I'm not good at getting old. So, 6 viewers, killing it today. Alright, we just started. Yeah, enough arenas for a little while. This should be much different. 7 plus 5, pretty long time control. That's 20 minutes. Times 7 is 140 minutes plus another 20, 160 minutes. So approximately under 3 hours, 2.5 hours. The tournament should run about 2.5 hours. You're looking forward to another crack at the NM I played last year at the Oh, okay. Yeah, that's funny. I was looking at your tournament description for the Armed Forces tournament, and there's something about like dress uniforms or something. You have to like dress up. Looking forward, another crack at the NM. Active duty service members wear their uniforms. Alright. We've got 10 players. That reminds me of like, I don't know, organized sports or something. Don't forget, Monday is picture day. What's happening here in the chess world? Jeroen. Zen Chess may or may not enter the tournament. You may or may not enter. Others just dress business. I was going to say, Mr. Coffee, I don't even have any dress clothes anymore. I haven't gone anywhere that I need to dress up in ages. I'm like lifetime casual now. I'm life casual. Sladgie doesn't dress up, period. We've got 4 minutes to go. Join us on the road to the World Senior. I'm going in October to the World Senior. 12-17-89 is my current rating. Free pizza, right, Mr. Coffee? I brought home a free pizza from poker. Pizza party. Free poker pizza. 11 viewers. Alright guys, I'm just waking up. I had a long day and my coffee now resuscitating me slowly. I usually play better as we move along the tournament. Asteroid, I want to see some wins from you. Your waist was 27 inches. Are you freaking kidding me? Damn. 32 would have been by prime. I don't remember being like less than that. Damn, Masturbate. You're in good shape, dude. All those cigarettes. Psychedelic mushrooms keep you trim. Did you see in Washington State or Oregon? I can't remember. They're experimenting with psychedelic or psychotropic drugs, like legalizing it. All right. King Marcher, the older the fatter. Can't do anything against that. Yeah, I've been pretty consistent about it. But, you know, it's more than just fatter. Like, your waist, your hips actually expand. It's not just women. I mean, like, men's, your hips actually expand. So, it's more than just about the fat. Your bones actually get bigger. I mean, in a sense that they spread out. And so it can be, like, not necessarily related to just fat. They're legalizing magic mushrooms in Nevada. I saw this picture of, like, what are they called? Psilocybin mushrooms or whatever. They were really cool. It was really cool looking. Alright. They look freaky. Magic mushrooms. Arms on Twitch. Arms on Twitch subscribed. Arms on Twitch. Is that a new handle? We always arms on Twitch. Subscribe for 38 months, I guess so. Arms doesn't, he's not that active on Twitch, so usually just on lichess. Good to see you, Stefan. So we've got Candidate Master, Don't Cry, Adam C. Julian, Zen Chess, Safargan, Raftama, Guju, Ruin, Ruslan, Acer, Heroku, Pirate. Guys, you can join up until prior to round 4. There are seven rounds if we have enough players. It's the old handle. Yeah, it's been so long since you chatted, Oms, that I couldn't remember if you were, if it was the old handle or not. Damn, it's been a long time. Oms on Twitch still has his Cheer 10K badge. Okay, Goju. Someone donated. Oh no, Mr. Slow, the 9th place finisher. Mr. Slow, 9th place finisher, donated something like $12 and odd cents to the World Senior. He's pushing us to World Senior success. Mr. So with a generous donation of $12.11, rounding it out from Asterbate 789, the anti-Asterbate. has donated $12.11. Make it a nice round number. I'm playing the Modern Defense. I play whatever I've been playing lately. I play a lot of informal games. Keep them off the radar. Good to see Oms. The German contingent, very strong here. Mr. Slow, I don't know. You're pretty good in increment. I wouldn't count you out as long as it's increment time control. So I don't know about Oms on Twitch. I mean, I don't know about Mr. Slow, the 9th place finisher. Theory. We'll see. I think he'll do better than that. I got F4. You can always play F4 against the Modern and Peerts. Nothing wrong with that. Of course I can transpose the Sicilian. You're practically asking me to transpose the Sicilian here. Practically begging me to transpose the Sicilian. But is that really, like, objectively Black's best move? Probably not. I was wondering, should I wait until FIDE does the rating push? What rating push? I'm out of the loop, man. Mr. Coffee, what is the rating push? I have this one student who plays on the FIDE Online Arena, and I'm thinking, like, who plays on FIDE Online Arena? Please tell me it's Arena. Haha. No, it's not an arena. Why can't I play D5? Haha. It's not an arena. FIDE simply gave titles away in the 50s. Dude, what is Mr. Coffee talking about by rating push? What does that mean? Do I want to know? Once we get done this campaign to go to the World Senior, I'm going to do a fundraiser for a new chair. The recommended proposal: increase everyone's rating below 2,000 and up. To increase everyone's rating below 2,000 and up. Increase it by how much? So if you're like, what do you mean? Increase everyone's rating below 2,000. That's... Is this to, like, counter inflation? Or deflation, I mean? Funny that I played D6 and then D5. It's like playing the Sicilian and playing the Aleakin at the same time. I can play every opening. The increase will be 40% of the difference between your rating and 2,000. So if you're 1999, you would gain like 4/10 of a rating point. Is that what you're telling me? That sucks. So if you're 1998, you would gain a rating point. If you're 1999, you don't. Well, it depends on how many fractions you have. How much fractional rating points you have. Damn, it's a shame I'm not under 2,000. Okay, it's probably a good step, although I'm not really qualified to say as a statistician. It sounds like, you know, they're taking a positive step to address rating deflation. But I wonder about I wonder why, like, I wonder how this, like, who got them to do this. This is a pretty proactive step. Man, I mean, somebody must have really gotten on the horn there. It wasn't from me complaining. Oh no, not the ratings guy. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that lately. Not the rating guy. The one who does the historical ratings. Hopefully it's not Ken Regan again. Ken Regan, the expert of everything. What about the guys? The guys more than 2,000 ego can go more than 2,000 ego. Yeah, we should call it ego. Not elo, but ego. More than 2,000 ego. We can go screw ourselves. You know, I've had enough of my K factor, by the way. I want to change my K factor back to 20. Can they do that? Can I ask for a K factor reset? Yeah, I mean, I like how it's just like totally arbitrary. If you're 1999, after 2000, screw you. Having trouble focusing again. All right, I need to concentrate. I'm paying too much attention to chat here. I really should have played c5 when I had the possibility to do it. You're gonna regret not playing c5, aren't you? This has got to be a mistake. Maybe not. It would have been easier just to play c5 in the first place, you know, on move 1. If I'm going to play the Sicilian. No, it will help the guys over 2,000. The point is, like, people like are losing a lot of points to these ridiculously low-rated players. It's a food chain. Half of India is going to gain like 400 rating points. Exactly, those players who are playing with those sub 2,000 guys. I mean, OMS is 2,200. With the 2,200 rating, you'll occasionally play the sub guys. I will rarely play people under 2,000. Maybe in an open, I'll play a 1,900 in the first round or something. What is that? Is that... Oh, they're promoting their team. Try a lichess blog. Go Noel Studer. Master, I want to make a blog about like self-promoting bloggers, turning lichess blogs into a commercial zone. That'd be funny though. A facetious blog making fun of those guys. You're not 2,200 anymore. Well, regardless, you get what I mean. Your range of rating is the kind of range that you're going to play 1900s more than me. You're the kind of person who's going to play the 1800s. They used to be 1400s or whatever. So it might benefit people at your rating range. At my range, it'll go up the food chain basically. People like you gain points from those guys who get higher ratings, and then I slowly get the points up the food chain. Although I rarely play, so it doesn't really matter for me. I don't think anyone... Well, actually there will be people at the World Senior who are low rated. Juicebox, what's up? B4, seriously? I don't approve of B4. This is not approved. B4 is really ugly. Where is White's light square bishop? Yeah, he did the thing that makes me fall out of the chair usually. I didn't say anything. Bishop takes d5. You need that light square bishop really badly here. White's position is pretty bad. However, I just missed knight takes b4. No, it didn't work. No? No? No. Didn't I play an under 2000 guy? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He was like 1950 or something last year. I would say he was around 1950. I don't remember. Yeah, exactly. There are low-rated players in the World Senior. There's probably 100 low-rated players under 1800. So here I was thinking A5, but I forgot that he has C4. So I'm not sure I want to do that. Well, wait a second. I have knight takes D4. A5, C4, knight takes D4. Bishop takes D4, bishop takes D4, check, king H1. Move the queen and then get pinned and lose a piece. You can't be too careful around here. Feels like I'm playing blitz. This rapid time control is very close to blitz. Just a millimeter away. He has 95. I really wanted a dynamic move here. Anyway, like A5, B5 doesn't do anything for me. It's not the right idea at all here. I'm having trouble affecting his center. How about bishop G4, knight D2, E5, pawn takes pawn, E5 right away. I don't know what to do. If B5, knight A5, defending my E-pawn, I'm trying to play E5 somehow. I just don't see a way to break his center. I want to play E5. Not so easy. Centralizing is not enough. He's got a very strong pawn on D4, and I failed to play C5 or counteract it in any way. Now White's apparently like trying to really play C4. E5. Right. E5, F takes E5. E5, F takes E5. E5, F takes E5. Knight takes E5. Pawn takes E5. E5, F takes E5. F6. C4. Queen D7. See, the problem is it's not so easy. Damn it. This is really pissing me off. Not a great solution. I may have prevented C4, but I didn't really want to give up this bishop. Objectively, I probably shouldn't, but I'm like getting low on time. Even bringing the bishop back to C8 is probably a reasonable policy. It's almost certainly bad to trade it. Horrible that I ruined this position. Why am I getting messages? Oh, that guy. The Genya guy even sent me a message there. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I played Rook D8, because now I want to open the A file. Guiju had a bad position, but once I let him get this d4 pawn, the unmovable object on d4, his position becomes okay. Becoming okay. Joan Malkovich. Well, this is a nice queen you've got there, Sladgie. He's not giving me anything. Greedy. You want everything for yourself. I'm just holding. I have to grind him down. And a queen trade. Yeah, but that's kind of what's he going to do with his pawn structure then? He's going to give me the A file. Wow. Paralytic poison. The ultimate bishop. What are you doing? You're going to go to f3? I dare you to play king e4. He's playing g4, probably. Who has the better bishop? Oh, he didn't do it. He hesitated and played the quiet g3. I'll bet you I have the longest game this round. Oh, Sapphire, you came back to see a familiar pattern. My bishop in the stone wall. Exactly. That's a nice pawn you've got there on a1. I don't think even Stapvargan's ever achieved anything of this. Stapvargan has never achieved this magnitude of bad pawns. This is totally beyond his wildest dreams. Problem is, like, I don't know how to break through. I guess I could penetrate with my king into a2. Now it looks like he's trying to make a break for it. Damn, he stopped me. He's threatening bishop b2. No. There's got to be a way to make progress here. Oh. This is really original. Never seen anything quite this exaggerated before. So what are you saying? Like, I can't make progress here? Just in case. takes a special player to get this kind of position. I'm going to be close to repeating if I'm not careful. We still have a break with G5. Well, E5. Maybe E5. E5 is really the better break. You can never be too patient. What's your problem, man? That guy's really making me work hard. Still going. Damn, dude. He's not big on resigning. All right. I suspect this is winning. Sometimes resigning is a win-win situation. Especially if it's like you have a lost position and it's the first round of a 2-game-a-day tournament. If you resign, you probably like are doing the right thing. All right. Ruslan Bear in first place. Yen chess. Thanks, Mr. Slow, again for the donation, 12 bucks and 11 cents. It's nice to see Om's back. Are you guys still playing? Oh, there is. Om, speaking of Oms. Wow, Mr. Slow versus Oms. Mr. Slow is like unbelievable, man. You're such a criminally underrated. They should add 400 points to Mr. Slow's rating. Wait, Mr. Coffee, so if Mr. Slow is 1963, we need to give him how many points? That'd be 37. 40% of 37 is how much? What is that, around like 12 point, about 13 something? So we'd have to adjust his rating up to 1980 for deflation. Mr. Slohan is a sandbagger from way back. Germany versus Germany. I think that's suspicious that the Germans got paired with each other. There's some corruption going on here. Safargin, good to have you back. I can't wait for another bad bishop. Ruslan with an upset? Oh, he got a forfeit victory against that guy. Oh, Mr. Coffee, kick him out of the team. That guy, he was the sketchy, wasn't that the sketchy player from the Simul? Played the super sketchy game against me. He didn't show up, of course. That's a big surprise. Alright, Zenchess got a win against Asterbait. Ruslan, forfeit victory. Irun. Stavargan against Heroku. What's that final position? Lots of pawns. Raftomov won. And then the tough draw. That's a tough pairing for Oms. That's a nightmare first round pairing where you get paired with Mr. Slow. And then Shaki's late joining with Ujwal and Siguru, an anonymous player. Well, I mean, this time control is a big difference, dude. Mr. Slow, obviously, you're better at increment. You had a weekend tournament. You only lost tournament winner. You finally placed 9th. They're 5 rounds. But would you tell us what the time control was? You mean like classical or rapid? Okay, classical. Good job. Almost in the prizes. If it was a poker tournament, you might get a prize. I don't know. It's kind of on the bubble there. All right, 9th place out of 78. Sadly, there were only 8 prizes. You won the second team prize. Alright, I'm playing Stafargan. Oh yes, another bad bishop. Oh my gosh. Bad bishops. I'm playing weird openings. Bad bishops. So Stonewall Dutch guy plays d5. What am I doing again? I'm playing like I've played a bunch of games in the last couple days where I played basically like what's his name, the German guy who always plays g3. He's doing the cruise ship stuff. Hickel, right? He plays like g3 and d3 with white every game. I guess the pandemic hurt the chess cruise ship business. Wow, f5, very aggressive, very aggressive. Not what I expect necessarily from the Stonewall. Your e-pawn's on the wrong square, Stonewall player. It's basically a modern in reverse. So Stafargan is basically playing, he's playing e4 with white against the modern, but he's a d4 player. So that's one of the things I like about this kind of reverse openings. If we can get d4 players to play e4 openings, or vice versa, I think that's more important. I think being comfortable is more important than what color you are, you know. The theoretical advantage of the first move isn't as important as, you know, being more comfortable in the position you've got compared to your opponent. Even if this is an inferior opening, if I can put my opponent in a strange territory, then it's probably okay. That's really a weird move. Voluntarily extending his pawn to e4. But how easy is it to actually take advantage of this somehow? I need c4. I need something like c4. Maybe pawn takes pawn and c4. Okay, let's try it. Are you going to take back with the D pawn and try to trade queens? And if so, what should I do? It's an interesting position. I feel like I'm being a little impatient here. I feel like this move is impatient, releasing the tension right away. A3 doesn't help me that much. See, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to trade queens. He can't castle. F3 leaves me with a bad structure. If I take back with the knight. I was looking at G4. Maybe that's not a bad move. But is it a good move? I think it just like loses time. F3 should definitely be considered. If I don't break down his center, slowly black could have a good position. Let's play this, and we'll await developments here. I have the options of G4 and F3. There's no bishop B4, and there's no knight B4. I can play bishop F4, castle queen side. I don't think that white is worse for sure. This is a very ambitious, advanced pawn structure for black. Probably a little too ambitious, if you ask me. I mean, I think he's a bit overextended. But it might just not be that bad. E4 is asking an awful lot. I mean, why would you play that, really? To shut my bishop out, clearly, but it looks like you're pushing too far. You're not even attacking a knight or anything. It's like, yeah, I mean, they do that sometimes in certain openings. That's a lot of pawn moves. Enormous amount of pawn moves. F3. Yeah, I mean, honestly, his king is, I'm going to go for it. I say his king is in the, it's in the middle of Bakhmut or something. I mean, it's in the firing zone. How much like open lines there are now. This diagonal, the file, possible knight coming in here, bishop F4, and that diagonal. I mean, I'm not taking with the pawn. I'm taking back with the knight, and then my knight has lots of juicy squares. If you take back with the pawn and F3, you restrict your pieces. Come on. C6 was moved that it looks I mean, this looks relevant. He stops my knight, but he pays a price. Because this is really scary. So now he's sacrificing a pawn. I am so materialistically inclined. But maybe a good move. Bishop G5. I'm going to take it. I can't help myself. Addicted to material. Alright. My guinea pig allergies are flaring up. Alright, knight H3 or take the pawn. Bishop G5 is a move. Also good. We're not here for the material. Actually, it's very useful to have bishop E4 not be a problem. This introduces knight G5. I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. Damn, and I have rook f1 as well. Can I introduce a friend of mine? Knight g5. Truthfully, it's not that clear. He can move his king back. It's kind of a reasonable... I would say it's a reasonable counter... attempted counterplay for black. He was found guilty of attempted counterplay. That sounds serious. Sapphire against sacrificing a pawn. He doesn't have much compensation for it. Really. Pretty much zero. But on the other hand, he's not blown away. And my extra pawn is isolated. I'm going to castle queenside if I can, to keep c2 protected. He's really hurting. The fact that he can't castle is extremely problematic for black here. He can't connect his rooks, you know. I do have to watch knight g4, but it's covering. I've got coverage of f2 and e3. Normally, by the way, like Stapfergan doesn't get wide open positions like this. If you play the Stonewall, he plays other stuff too, but generally speaking, he plays a lot of closed games. This is the opposite of a closed game. That's a weird move. Damn. Offering up. That's a juicy dark square bishop you've got there. That's like waving candy in front of a baby. Damn, I need a reason not to take that. I can't help myself, again. It was delicious. That was a delicious dark square bishop. My bishops are vicious here. So what's his idea with that? Really? What's he up to? I mean... hard to justify that move. I guess he just has control of e4 now. It'd be funny if you took away my c2 pawn, he'd have knight b3 mate. I need you, c2 pawn. Thank you. Thank you for being on the board. I love you, c2 pawn. How about castling? Is that legal? Wow. Now he's got a plan. Subtle, right? Sometimes subtle works. Put rook on open file. Place rook on the open file. Instructions. Take rook out of the box. Place rook on board. Now we're talking. No more knight b3 mate. This is your rook. This is your b pawn. That's your other rook. H6. H6 has its points. He's going to H7. Well, I'm at the very minimum 2 pawns up. Maybe it will be 3 shortly. Yeah, that's probably his best try. So just 2 pawns up. Only 2 pawns up. Okay. Where is he going? It's a good question. X marks the spot. Wow. Is my bishop trapped yet? I'm feeling myself like losing the thread here. Honestly. Fred. Fred losing the thread. Knight d4 is mate. g4 is kind of a weird move. But it does give me knight f5. Which looks pretty good, actually. Stavvargan plays zany moves. It would be nice if I started moving my queenside pawns at some point. This would probably be the right idea. Alright, so the weird openings. Raftomov. Alright, Raftomov playing. Oh. Wow, brutal. Let me guess. It looks like a Najdorf. Nope. It's a Bogo Indian. Well, white has a nice passed pawn, but something just happened here. Where did that pawn come from? White won the exchange. But now black has this like... Oh, black's down a rook. Is that a big deal? Is a rook important? That's a lot of material, my god. I don't know, guys. That last move was a doozy. Chess riddle. Yeah, but I think white had rook f1, man. Doesn't he have rook f1 at least? It was a really bad move, no? Well, black has at least a draw. But is he winning? You would suspect that black would have a win here, but what is it? Where is it? He's on an exchange, so not a guaranteed win. There are 20 chess players in Alaska. 20. What's the difference between Hoss and Boss? Hoss is a character from like Rawhide or something. Boss. Oh, that's funny that you mentioned that, Mr. Move 11. There was this yesterday. Oh, you were probably watching, right? Yesterday, Chess Zebra was complaining that like disrespectful kid at the hospital calls him boss. I think it is patronizing. You're moving to Alaska. Climate change is real. Moving to Alaska to open a ski resort. Yeah, I don't know, man. Thanks, guys, for resubscribe from Oms and donation from Mr. Slow. We're up to 1230. My rating is up to 1230. Hoss isn't really like a word, I guess. A hoss technically isn't anything, right? It's not a real word, is it? It's a character from some old Western TV show. They called the guy Hoss. Hoss like horse? I think it's like horse in Texan. Asterbate with a draw, that's impossible. He's never had a draw before. What? This is like his first draw of all time. If it's a draw. So you ruin his white, and let me understand this. The pawn's coming down. And he took the pawn. Oh, okay. This is Asterbate's like third draw of all time. He's played how many games now? He has 10,000. He has like 18,000 games and 3 draws. It's pretty funny. Auto push. You're a little short of games. Not enough games yet. But just for Christopher Columbus, I'll accept them. I have a good feeling about auto push. It sounds like a poker player. Asterbate. 3 draws out of 26,000. That's like lotto scratch ticket odds. Okay, you have the same odds of a draw with Asterbate as winning like $1,000 on a scratch ticket. I'll back to tournament. Zen Chess in first place. Yeah, it's interesting, Mr. Coffee, when you think about it that way, isn't it? Sheer volume of games. But imagine how good like those guys would have been. If you think about how good players like, I don't know, Steinitz or someone was without the internet. Imagine what Steinitz would have been like with the internet, you know? If you could play like 10,000 games a month or something. He'd be better than Hans Niemann. And not cheating either. Alright. Looks like we're playing Zen chess. Science. I want to smoke cigars on stream. And have like a big mustache or something. Beard. Get a big like bushy beard and smoke cigars. The number one Haas. Haas is boss. I don't remember the name of the actor who played the fisherman in Jaws. But his son apparently like reprises his role or something like that. He looks just like his father. Zine chess. Wyoming. I thought Kushtar Shandor lived in Wyoming. An old Hungarian friend of mine. This is our new opening. But I normally play it with like knight f6 on move 2. It's a St. Pierce. I can just transpose to the modern. I mean, that's the thing about it. Like, okay, you can say this is a stupid opening, but I mean, black plays a6 on move 3 in the modern anyway, so how could it be worse than the modern? My first game with this was a loss, sadly, and my opponent played c4, which was a move I was concerned about, but at the same time, I should really play knight f6 there. Okay, he didn't trade queens. Phew, I was worried. No, what's knight f6 like? Knight f6, pawn takes pawn, knight takes e4, queen e2. Looks a little shaky. And other things, so it's basically a weird Philidor. The h3. Scary, huh? It's an exchange Philidor with h3 and a6 in. And they're both, I would say they're both like basically reasonable moves. The good news is that h4 doesn't make sense here, which is, you know, kind of the traditional way to play against a g6 Philidor. I don't really know the Philidor, but I guess I'm going to have to learn it. This is really just a way of taking my opponents out of book. I'm not intending to play this as like a primary opening, but it definitely has some potential for a sort of surprise weapon. If you really don't know what to play and you want to just throw something out there. Main line in the Philidor is like f3, queen d2, castle queenside. If black plays g6, so you know he doesn't have h4, h5. I'm not sure that this is good for white. It's not a Sicilian. How does he protect the e4 pawn when it comes under attack? Plus, I have d5 in some positions. I mean, in this position, he's like playing it like. How is he going to defend e4? I mean, what are you going to do? f3, and then I play d5. Well, I mean, in the Philidor anyway, black, in the exchange Philidor, Mamedyarov and everyone who plays it is doing these like c5 type of ideas anyway. I saw this weird game where this Hungarian IM, who's like 2,500. Yesterday I was looking at something with white. He played like a Philidor with white and did like a Philidor, exchange Philidor reversed. And with an early weird anti-positional sort of c4. But I mean, this is the kind of idea that does crop up. See, this isn't, it doesn't look right. f3 or h3, but not both. Not to say that white isn't okay here, but you know, he's wasted a tempo basically with h3. One or the other. So I have d5. Basically, I need a reason not to play d5. Maybe we have one. c5 doesn't make sense now, I don't think. c5, knight b3. I could try to sacrifice a pawn somehow, but no. Knight c6 is possible. And I mean, I want to play d5, but I'm afraid it might not work. He could pull the knight away, like knight b3, and then what do? I can't take on e4 because I'm dropping the queen on d8. I could play like bishop e6, d5, knight b3, bishop e6. Still I'm not defended. I don't know. I'm going to play this. I still have a moment. And I don't think bishop c4 is a good move. Speaking of Steinitz, bishop c4, knight a5. Bishop c4, knight a5 with the idea of d5. King h8, dude. King i8 would be better. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just didn't really see a better plan. I mean, maybe the b5. b5 is interesting. But I mean, if b5, a3, then we have c5. Yeah, maybe that's the plan. b5, a3, c5, threatening b4, for example. If I could get white to move his knight off of c3. This is really close to a King's Indian. Actually, I mean, white hasn't played c4 though. If white had played c4, you'd have a same-ish King's Indian. And if you take away h3 and a6, you have a normal Philidor. So what's up with d5 now? Don't understand. Be doing it now. It's accelerated dragon. Scuppers. So what's up in the tournament? This is the battle for first place. Untested Feldk. Feltic. A takes c6, b takes c6. It's a dragon. I've played the accelerated dragon and the King's Indian a lot, you know, so the structure's similar. Ned, where have you been, man? You like didn't log in for 2 weeks or something. Damn. I was gonna send you a message and see if you're still alive. What happened? Like the students like kidnapped you and coming back to school, or you went on a long moving trip? Damn, good to have you back. We're still waiting for that 666 donation. It wouldn't be bad to get a 666 donation right now. Bring us up to 1896. It's a great year. The year after Pillsbury won Hastings. 1896. Just $666. No big deal. He was taking my stuff out of storage. Dude, I'd be happy if he would take it out of storage and sell it on eBay. I'd pay him to do that. There's only a few things I want to keep. I would be happy if I could just stop paying rent on it. Okay, now unfortunately I have to calculate, which I really would rather not do. Okay, let's just assume that knight e4 never works, right? Our main variation must be pawn takes pawn. And then knight e4 is no problem. So pawn takes pawn, knight takes c6, queen takes d2 check. Something takes d2, I take back on c6. I mean, it looks fine. I don't see a problem here. I'm not sure if I'm better, but I think I'm fine. What's he gonna do? Like give up his dark square bishop to not lose a pawn, or? My structure will be so busted up that even if I do win a pawn, it probably won't be that clear. But honestly, I don't see another possibility. I mean, this feels kind of forced. Here there is an in-between move, e3. But I think it might suck. e3 is known to suck. But he would even have knight e7 check possibly in that position. So now what do you do? You take on e4. He gives up his dark square bishop. OMG. Again, we've got to look at in-between moves. Don't I have e3? I have e3, but how good is it? Oh my god, e3 rook d8. Oh my god. That's why tactics flashcards are a good idea. So rook takes e4, pawn takes e4, bishop g5. Probably not a great idea. I'm better here. I would think that black is better. I mean, I've got the two bishops, but on the other hand, it's not that bad for white. Maybe I'm not better. I don't know. I'm not going to make any comments. I don't want to give away too much here. He didn't like that. He didn't like that diagonal. Understandably. But I mean, you had to consider bishop c4 there, taking that diagonal. That diagonal. He didn't like this diagonal. But I wasn't immediately threatening bishop g5. Yeah, I guess I was, because I had f5. He had to do it. Man, his king is looking pretty sketchy. A lot of really ugly squares around here, and his bishop just got worse. Look at that bishop. He's a pawn up. I don't think he should have like traded his bishop on f6. You know, that doesn't seem necessary. Here, bishop takes f6. Wow. Still, it's not so easy. He's a fast player. He's still solid. Pretty solid. Objectively. Check. Yeah. It may be hard to win, but I'm definitely better. Although theoretically, anything could happen. I could lose one of my pawns. His knight really has to stop that a-pawn from moving, or else I undouble, and he's like worse. Here he's trying to use the file, and it's a little hard for me to generate any threats. But my bishop is such a wild card. Uh-huh. Now, that has a smell of a tricky move to me. It looks like you're trying to, like, trap my bishop or something. I could potentially just like walk in and take his kingside out. I mean, this is not a joke. I think I'd like to just like trade one set of rooks and eliminate, you know, relatively any sort of major danger, and then maybe both rooks actually. What if I traded both rooks? No, I mean, clearly he has penetration here. But that's okay. I mean, actually, I could play c5, king f4, but then rook g7, bishop g6. Looks a little tricky. I don't like it. We don't have to rush too much. Much harder for him to play than for me. Okay, what are you doing with that move exactly? What does that do? What are you doing over there? King C3 is on the board. Boy, that's a weird move, huh? King C3 is like self-made. Near self-made. Oh no. Oh no. Stop that. No. No rook g6 allowed. Bishop c4. What? His knight just kind of got stuck on the side. Pawn collection. Phew, bro. Alright, yeah. Oh no, Don't Cry Wolf and Shockey with 2.5. Raftomov 2. Mr. Slow undefeated with 2. All of these guys are undefeated. Alms lost against Shockey. Minor upset. But maybe not. Actually, Shockey is high rated. Alright. We got a request to join the team. Whoa, 2,500. That's the guy. Okay. He's got enough games. Strong player, it looks like. Okay. You guys got to join before the next round if you want to play. This is late join. Last possible join. Which wolf wins? Wolf match. Pyrat versus Ruslan. That's a battle. Ops color bishop. Dude, black just lost the game there. No? No, maybe not. That's still a draw. Okay. Still a draw. 3 minutes to go to the next round. Your last chance to join the tournament. Your beard and on fire. I need a beard. I want to get me a beard. Did I start yet? No. We still have a minute left? It was the longest minute ever. So cold. The air conditioner. Be nice. Talk back. Don't talk back to me. Masturbate. Alright, we made it back in time. Beer. Yesterday you speed climbed at 800. Good for the lungs. Speed climbing. I speed climbed out of bed today. I apologize. I'm playing non-theoretical stuff today. Too hard to remember. Copycat. It was symmetrical. Symmetrical King's Indian attack. I'm glad you played e5 and not c5. I hate playing against c5. This I like. This is okay. The Trojan. So, Mr. Slow, what are you drinking? What kind of beer is on tap? Nedog? How about you? This is my first beer since Saturday. Sunday morning, to be exact. We've got wheat beer. Okay. Dude, can you stop copying me? Are you just trying to troll me? That's annoying. Did you do that to me last time? Who was it that was doing it last time? Wow, Don't Cry Wolf is 4-5 against me. Taking it east. Take it east, my friend. Eastern. That means like Japanese or Tsingtao, Sapporo. I just want to resign, dude. Why do you have to do this? Like, troll me. That's really, really disrespectful. B5, really? At least like it ends the symmetry. It's probably like the computer move. Damn, I mean, I never play this kind of position. Fearful. He's a fearful player. Very, very fearful. What do I do after knight h4? Knight e1? No, knight h4 is complicated. Knight h4, knight h5, knight f5, that kind of stuff gets weird. But don't cry wolf, I don't know what your deal is. Like, you have hardly any games except for chess 960. Like, you basically just play chess 960 here. But 1768 is kind of not as high as you should be. Maybe a little higher. F4, e takes f, and tactics. And friends. And tactics. End of days. End of life. I don't know what to do. So what happens on F4 again? You got like take, and then it's very complicated. Well, I don't see like any tactics per se. I mean, F4 is a natural move, and it should be like my main candidate, but I just see like ideas of attacking my pawn and stuff, not necessarily tactics. I mean, you could try something crazy like take, knight takes f4. Rook takes f4, knight h5. Then bishop g7, knight f4, bishop f8, for example. Which looks... could win a pawn for black. Yeah, I don't know who Don't Cry Wolf is. All we know is his location. Who's that guy from Tennessee? Oh, he's gonna play that. Knight f4. There was some guy from Tennessee I lost 2 years ago, and I can't remember his name. That was 30 years ago. Knight f4, rook f4. Knight h5. Queen h5. Bishop g7. There's got to be something here. There's knight h5 right away, which was what I expected. Doesn't seem fair. I don't know if it's good for black. It's just a move. I could be completely off base here. And whatever. I mean, knight f4, I still didn't see a refutation. I don't know if he's listening. Now, I mean, there's knight f5 check, but it doesn't really do anything. thematically, f5 is the move I want to play. You might ask why. But I mean, we need to stop here and think a little bit. We have limited time. I'm not obliged to play f5. Knight f5 doesn't do anything. The queen g4 is... And queen g4 looks really interesting. It stops queen h4. It discourages f5. Notice the choice of words. Discourages. e5 has its perks. Pierts. Queen f6. Subtle. Speaking of e5, who said e5? Now that's getting complicated. Jesus. e5? What the hell is going on here? Pawn takes pawn, bishop takes b7. I have f5. I'm taking his rook on a8. Well, it's funny that someone put e5 in the chat before you played queen f6. So it's hard to take it out of your head once you see it, but it wasn't meant in this position. But it's still complicated. I'm not even sure this is good for me. I take a bishop. I take a rook. He takes a rook. What the hell am I doing? I wouldn't listen to me if I was playing against me on the stream. So hopefully he's not listening to me. A lot of people mute the stream while they're playing. He must have missed it. He just dropped a queen. I think he can take on e5. You know, I'm not sure this works. See? It doesn't work. You second guess yourself. You have to take on e5 and go into this. I knew this was unclear. Literally, I would have probably taken on a8, and I have no idea what's going on after this. It's beer from Bavaria, near the Czech border. Oh, that's where you played the tournament. No, I mean, I had literally no idea what was going on. e5 was like rolling the dice. It turns out it's my best move, but I didn't have anything better. What is that? What is that? Turn that off. Get that off my screen, man. Damn. Jeez. Don't cry wolf. It was a crazy position. But I still think this is the really... I mean, you can't do this, can you? Can't possibly work. This can't possibly work, can it? Rook takes f4, knight h5. I only saw like bishop takes g7, knight takes f4, bishop takes f8. Queen takes f8. Oh, I'm up a piece. Okay, my bad. Duh. Okay, I'm up a piece. Never mind. That didn't work. That's good news. Okay, so that doesn't work. Wow, he has knight g4. He has the jaw-dropping knight g4 that we both missed. Oh, man. That's a killer, man. You take out my dark square bishop. This was a terrible, terrible, terrible move. F4 was a blunder. And you're already better. You're already better. What the hell did I do wrong, dude? Masters database, no games. Well, they don't have Petrosian's games in here, obviously. B5 is the engine #1 move. I don't think I would have played it, but I might have seen it in some of Petrosian's games. Even Dudukovic played B6. That's a tough move, man. You played that almost instantly. And now I'm supposed to play knight A5. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe if I had time. Roman would probably play like knight A5. Yeah, so I'm supposed to play B4. Yeah, if you're like an expert on this type of position, that's easy. Chess Riddler, Meister de Schach, and Ante. Where's everybody coming from? 1700, you're in. Meister de Schach's 2505. Dude, you're 2100, you're 1600 bullet. You're 2100. Yeah, that's not getting accepted. That is sketchy. Until further evidence, I'm not accepting Meister de Schach's. I'm sorry, but the ratings were too weird. We're gonna need 100 games from them, a little more evidence that they're legit. I don't like when I see like 1,000-point disparity in ratings. All right, back to anyway. We normally require 100 rated games beyond bullet. You saw knight g4, man. I just completely missed it. I was too concerned about the other line that lost a piece. You know, I'm thinking knight takes f4. My calculations are just not that sharp. Mid-game calculation, like I can do puzzles fine, but in-game calculation, I've got a lot of holes. I can do puzzles. I can do puzzle streak perfectly, like 100 in a row. If I know it's a puzzle, I'm good at solving them. But if it's like in the game, I'm making a lot of tactical mistakes. I noticed this lately. My game strategically is like almost GM level, but tactically I'm just making a lot of errors. Raftomov's still playing. Pawn up, grind him down. This is a nice position, but he has to play. Why not rook g5? Actually, did he have a problem there? He had rook g5, guarding g2, whereas like rook g3 could be a problem. Rook g3, h4. I mean, maybe he's still winning, but I don't know. This is kind of a weird move. What is Yaron thinking about so long here? It looks fine. Now he played rook g3. And I guess it's not so fine. But you have h4. It's not going to be enough to save Yaron. h4, rook g4. Rook takes a3, and then black's going to lose anyway. h4, rook g4, rook a3, rook c6. And it looks like black is losing anyway. But I'm going knight g5 with queen c2. What about queen c2? I'm not putting my queen on c2. Why don't you play more tactical openings for a bit then? I do. I mean, actually, I play a lot of e4. But I can play like different styles. But I mean, this is a tournament, you know. I'm trying to like maximize my results here. if it wasn't a tournament, you know, where points are counting, I would play different stuff. I like to play. I'll play the King's Gambit, whatever. But because it's a tournament and we're playing for competition sake, I'm trying to maximize results. You're talking about a similar idea in the Catalan. Oh, knight g5. Okay, yeah. Queen c2 and knight g5 in the Catalan. I understand. I don't know. I just completely didn't see knight g4 at all. But you know, I mean, honestly, it's not really typical to play b3, bishop b2 in the King's Indian attack. And I only play that because I've seen it in Petrosian's games. But if you play bishop b2, you have weaknesses on the dark squares on the king side, f4. So I find those positions very hard to play. Very, very hard to play. I mean, Asparagus. El Shachmat playing Asparov. Asparov's from Russia. Well, I guess it's not. My first guess is that it was Arsenal fan. Asparov. He should make Asparov account. Asparagus. Are we ready for the next round yet? Yeah. All right. Well, Mr. Slow is up next. Or Raftimov. But I don't feel good about the game with Don't Cry Wolf. I was worse. I'm lucky I played e5 though, because if not, I was worse there too. But I mean, to focus on this move that loses a piece, I'm spending all my time calculating knight takes f4 without even like counting the pieces at the end of the variation, instead of worrying about like an actual threat, which I completely missed. You know, to totally miss a move on the horizontal, knight g4 is really bad. I mean, in one variation I completely misevaluated the position by counting pieces wrong. In the other variation I just didn't even think about it at all. And I'm like totally lucky that you played like the third line where, I mean, I'm not in any danger. And then you just hang a piece or you drop your queen. Like, it's like I have the ability to calculate extremely deeply, but I'm missing moves on the horizontal or misevaluating like the position. It's not a question that I have the ability to calculate. Partly being lazy. Mr. Slow, so you're saying beer from near the Czech border. That's got to be good. You know, I imagine, well, Bavaria. Right. I mean, that's Bavaria. When you don't have to rather than when you feel like you do. Try to look for tactics when you don't have to. I mean, you know, you play a position like that, the King's Indian attack, and you don't expect that it's going to like burst into a position where you have to calculate. Speaking of Petrosian, he's the perfect example of a player who basically could be world champion without ever having to calculate more than like 4 moves deep. And if you look at most of his games, that's the case, although not always. But my friend Igor Foigl used to be the same. Like he would like beat people without ever having to calculate more than 4 moves deep. And in that kind of position, I'm really not expecting. Now Raftimov plays the English. Should I play the English against an English player? So part of it is like you're playing a type of position where you're not anticipating it being tactical, and then it becomes tactical. I regret playing c4 already. I 'd 've 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 'd 'ave 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 ' I mean, if I play someone from Azerbaijan, I'm thinking, this is the player who's probably been strategically influenced rather than more tactical. But there are exceptions. Yeah, I never play this, but just because we get an open game and it's more Sicilian-like. I don't remember if... I rarely play this move order. I almost never play d4. I don't really know why, but I had this game the other day. Now he's transposed... Okay, he's transposed the Marazzi. Anglo-Dutch for those on crack as well. Anglo-Dutch. Half English, half Dutch. They're like the English tourists in Amsterdam. English tourists in Amsterdam are probably really annoying, like they are everywhere. Not that American tourists aren't, but they don't sing football songs. But we had this with Princess Chess yesterday. I know a little bit about the Marazzi. I prefer, mostly playing with black. Yeah, well, I mean, it used to drive me crazy, like, my second floor apartment, there'd be, like, these British tourists, like, singing football songs at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk on the street, waking me up. That pissed me off a bit. American tourists, at least, like, get drunk, but they don't sing, like, football songs at 3 o'clock in the morning, so it doesn't bother me as much. I know they're trying to clean up Amsterdam. Alright, Rook C8. See, this is not a typical move. And I don't think it's because, like, black's hanging his A pawn. Normally you want the other rook coming over to F8 and the A rook plays from A8. How can I take advantage of that? Maybe I don't have to do anything to take advantage of it. I just make normal moves. Typically we go rook FC1, rook AB1, or rook AC1, rook FD1. Is there any need for anything fancy here? An alternative would be to move my knight away. We could transpose to knight c2, to a knight c2 type of line. Magnus's dad. The Magnus's dad variation. Right, this is a traditional. Princess Chess played queen a5 against me, and I'm supposed to play rook b1 there. But yesterday I played like rook fd1, which the engine and the opening explorer didn't like. I'm kind of pretty well versed in this from black's perspective. It's funny that I get less games with white though. I don't always play the Marazzi. I don't play e4 that much. Basically black's playing like he doesn't know theory. He's just like a natural player playing natural moves. But I mean, I know the Marazzi like more than 20 moves deep and a lot of variations for black. This is just like black's just playing chess, doesn't know the theory. But he's not going to be able to break out. There are basically two ways to play the black side of the accelerated dragon Marazzi. You either you like try to free yourself with a6 and b5. You try to break down the bind, or you just blockade it on the dark squares. Two completely different ways of playing. Queen a5 looks like weird here. It looks pretty weird. Again, I can try to avoid exchanges. Knight b3. Knight b3, queen b4, oddly, might not be that bad of a move for black. Oddly, knight b3, queen b4. B3, very standard move. Generally speaking, I want to avoid exchanges. What about knight b3 and then c5? Damn, my e4 pawn is hanging. God, that sucks. That really sucks. Knight b3, queen b4, c5, knight takes e4. Knight takes e4, queen e4. Pawn takes d6. And when the smoke clears, black's pieces are really active there. I don't want to lose my e-pawn. So it's a question of some standard move now, I guess. I mean, I can play this position any day of the week with just average moves, nothing special. F3, B3. No F3. Pawns must protect pawns, my friend. You know, I didn't hear that until I was already a strong player. I'd never heard anyone use that expression. But there's a lot of sense to it. Now I wish my rook was on b1. You get the a3, b4 here is reasonable. Queen e3 is a strange move. It could be effective, although I'm taking away my bishop's only retreat square. I'm wasting too much time. How is this guy so fast? It helps if you don't think, you know. If you don't think, it really conserves time. Thinking just, yeah, it just sucks. You waste a lot of time. Thinking is like way overrated. Black is basically playing a 3-0 game. Dude, it's Marazzi. I can play the whole game in like 3 seconds per move. Whatever. I mean, but I'm trying to find the best possible move. Bishop f6 is nothing. Knight d5. Queen e2 is nothing. I don't want to trade queens anyway. So it's a3, b3. b3 seems lame. Alright, I'm going to go for b4. This cramps his queen. There's like b4, b5 on the bishop sometimes. He's got no pressure on c4 anyway. You saw Shirt Guy came back yesterday. Oh no. I mean, he seemed like a harmless guy, but it was like, dude, I tried to tolerate him last year, but he wouldn't stop, you know, with that weird shit, man. Now I have a new shirt on. You see? You know that commercial on TV in the States about like your shirt neck, like if you don't use fabric softener or something? He's like watching that too much, his wife says. What is that guy talking about? b4 takes, rook a1, queen b4, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I don't remember what kind of product. It was some kind of washing detergent commercial. And the thing was like the guy in the commercial, like his shirt neck is like not, I don't know, it just looks weird. I never realized that's from detergent. The kind of detergent you use or something like that. Fabric softener. So, anyway, very interesting conversation. Well, I've told you guys many times, like, you know, Marazzi's not a great thing to play when you don't have time, etc., etc. The compressor. All right, we'll just play a straight up sort of boring. Trash compactor. This isn't the best move, but I'm down to a minute, and I'm a little bit better. I'm not going to give him symmetry. John Donaldson might like that. What does he got? What do you got for me? Bishop b6 is restricting the b pawn. Yeah, I mean, this guy's speed is sort of unbelievable. This is not 10-year-old, you know, that other guy from Azerbaijan. It can't be. I mean, it's just like way, 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 way faster. Like, completely different player faster. Where are you going from f5? He played queen f5. Weakening my king side. Good choice. But it's not sudden death, bro. We have 5 seconds per move, not 3. Dude, the Monty is really hard to play in Blitz, man. I mean, it's a great opening for white, and it's torture for black. But, you know, it's not easy to play space advantage positions in time, in short time controls. Hedgehog is horribly difficult, too. But if you're really, like, expert in it, you can do it. I'm not that much of a space-oriented player like some people. So here we have an interesting decision. Let's keep the trash compactor on board. I mean, that makes me feel like I'm playing the white side of a King's Indian. If I were black there, I would maybe consider e6 instead of e5. Now he's drifting. Oh, that's a bad move, dude. Okay, b5 is not a threat. I have a trash compactor, just straight up c5 as well. But black's e4 is counterplay in some lines. So I have to watch it. Blockade. c5 for me. Not enough pieces though. What? Pieces parts. That's insane. h5. A pretty insane move, honestly. Wow. Speaking of insane moves. I just wanted to keep the tension. I wanted attention, basically. That's why I played King G3. See, that's what you can do when you have space. Uh-oh. He's here to play Rook C7. Damn, I'm down to 18 seconds, dude. Where's my 5-second increments? Am I not getting 5-second increments? think he's like somehow stealing my time. He's got like time steal turned on. What? Wow. That's really crazy. Yeah, he's like psychopath. He's a chess psychopath. Yeah, he just won't take no for an answer. It's really crazy, dude. This guy, I mean, I understand. How could he be 2020 in Blitz based on how psycho his game is? He's extremely dangerous. 2020 in Blitz. Using, like, I mean, crazy. I didn't want to draw. Well, I guess it wasn't a draw, clearly. This is dangerous for me. Yeah, crazy. What? I think he's just like winning. Why is this guy so strong? Alright. I'm actually losing now. He's awfully strong. With no time. I mean, damn. What's that about? He finds very strong moves almost instantly. Using no time. Look at this. I mean, this has got to be a master playing. He's like instantaneously making extremely strong moves. I don't know, dude. This is not a 2000 blitz player playing black here. He's way too strong for that. That's pretty crazy. He has no bullet games. He's 2020 in blitz. What is that? Take, king up, king up, king up, king up, I lose. Right. I mean, I don't know, dude. Dude, I'm sorry, but when people play, like, ridiculously stronger than their rating, do you know how weak 2000 is? 2020 in blitz? That's very weak. 2000 lichess blitz. Extremely weak rating. And the guy's like perfect. In endgame technique, everything. Seems weird to me. He's way too strong, way too fast for this rating, 2020. He's got like his friend playing or something. I mean, this is an extremely strong game. It's not a computer, but I mean, seriously. 2011, well, no, but I mean, that's not my problem. His blitz rating is the thing that doesn't make sense. He's super fast, man. I mean, you would be better. I talked about this with Move 11 yesterday. He would be better at blitz. He would be better, you know. He would be higher rated in blitz. He would be, like, way better than that. It's not even close, dude. Look how fast he is. I mean, give me a break. He makes, like, instantaneous moves. I mean, how would you be 2020? He can play instantaneous moves. His problem would be time. I mean, he's got no bullet games and his blitz is 2020. He should be slower. Known for your let's see. Wow, what's that? No, I'm lost. Perfect technique. Yeah. No, he's tanking. He's thinking here. Found that. This is weird, dude. He hesitated in like weird moment. That's strange. Like a player that good wouldn't hesitate there. I mean, it's just so easy. It's just weird. Extremely strange game. He's I don't know, dude. I don't like this game. Too good. Too fast. 0 inaccuracies. He played 24 CPL. Jesus Christ. I was totally winning. But, I mean, there was too much time pressure. You know, you've got to understand, this isn't a case where it was, like, easy for me to win, you know. I've got, like, 30 seconds here in this winning position. You know, he has me down, like, 7 minutes to 3 in a really difficult position, dude. He put an incredible pressure on me on the clock with almost incredibly perfect play. And then this just kept playing, like, rapid fire, extremely strong. I mean, I don't know, dude. But, I mean, 24 CPL is a pretty good result. That's extremely solid. I don't think rook takes h7 was enough, Mr. Coffee. I think I was lost. And notice how, like, he never screwed it up once he has a winning position. I just don't see how a player can be this good and be 2020 in Blitz. You saw why the 2020 at the end? Dude, the guy played 24 cent upon loss. Are you serious? He never screwed it up. He just made some kind of weird moves. But 2020 just wouldn't do this, dude. You couldn't crush me like that. It's just crazy. And he wins the tournament. Unbelievable. I mean, seriously, what is his deal? Bro, what about the other games? He played Mr. Slow draw. What was the cent upon loss on that? Mr. Slow is really good. This looks like a noob is playing white who has no clue what he's doing. I'll just be perfectly honest. That is really weird, dude. Look at that. Does that seem like the same player? He ended up with 19 CPL. That's an extremely strange game against Mr. Slow. And the same kind of thing where, like, he has kind of a bad position and then plays perfectly in the end. Like, that's really weird. And then against Don't Cry Wolf, saved the bad position. But this game looked worse than the others. You made 4 blunders. He was really busted against you. That was different. He didn't have such a good performance here. That was, like, really, really lost. You just played too fast. Man, I'm just pissed at myself. He's so collected in that game against me. I don't know, dude. I mean, that was like a master playing black. In the complex position when we got to, like, around here, it's equal according to the engine, but he has 3 minutes to 15 seconds. But he really held it together. And I'm only winning in one moment, which was obscure. I had an obscure win with Queen C4. Sorry, I had Rook C7, and I just totally spaced it. I didn't see it at all. It just wins on the spot. But I'm not implying that he's a computer. You know, I'm implying that it could be... Oh, you're waiting for me? Alright, I'm just implying that he could be, like, having a friend play for him or something. He's not 2020, dude. Is all I'm saying. It's not... Whoever just played the game with me is at least, like, 2300 blitz on lichess. That's all I'm saying. You know, I don't think he's a computer. But give me a break if that ain't no 2020 blitz player that I just played. He's just too resourceful, too fast. Even though he's not perfect, I mean, clearly that's a master strength blitz player. And I think it takes a master strength blitz player to win this tournament. Honestly, you've got to be at least like 2200 in blitz to win the tournament. He's not a computer, but I get very suspicious of people's weird ratings. Mr. Slow is as bad as him, though. Mr. Slow's rating is ridiculous. Alright, what are we doing? I've looked at e6 here. You're waiting for me, Mr. Slow. I don't want to disappoint you, but I'm really trying to recover from that loss. I offer a draw. No, I can't. I can't offer a draw. I have to win. Now I have to win. Raftamab is going to take no prisoners. You know, I get paranoid that people are, you know, not cheating with computers, but having the roommate play for them and stuff. You'll see players like who you know, they'll vary. You know, one day they're like 1800, the next day they're like 2200. It's like you're playing a completely different player. But the speed that I saw there was wow, and the way he like kept his composure in a complicated position. He didn't get excited and like, okay, he missed one win for me. That was really like a freak. It was just a freak accident where I had rook c7. I thought he just kept his composure really well. Most people like freak out. You know, they start doing stupid stuff because they're on the verge of winning and they get excited or something. Don't tell me that's like a little kid. Although he didn't make mistakes at the end, he did play the ending kind of weird, too. The king and pawn endgame. By the way, the queen ending, I probably was lost all the way. Did you see how well he played the queen ending? Repeating position a couple times and then like, and that's probably the most impressive part of the entire game. The point at which he's up. He's like, most people would have allowed me to like draw that queen ending down 2 pawns. He just kept trying to win. Just kept going for the win. Wouldn't take a draw. And even, you know, it was a forced win at the end, even though I got one of my pawns back. Mr. Slow. 97. Chop, chop, chop. I think I looked at this position. If you play e5, I have bishop takes f3 and takes on e5. This is the only person who's like played this is Fries Nielsen, the Danish IM. I never met him, but I'd like to meet him. He seems like an interesting player. He's literally played every kind of weird opening that there is. I know Ubatis. Was Ubatis here earlier? Maybe not. Mr. God, Mr. Slow, do you really have to be like that, dude? Why do you have to be so aggressive? Queen e2, he plays. Jesus. What am I going to do? H6. I swear to God, I'll take with the G pawn on f6. If you take on f6. It's a Sicilian. I don't think that h6 is a good move. I'm on tilt from the last game. I mean, I'm just so angry with myself. I was like this close to holding it, I thought. And I just can't avoid like a lost king and pawn ending. Normally, like queen would, I'd have a good chance to draw that ending. Mr. Slow, you really shouldn't play the London system, man. How many times have I told you? I can't believe Mr. Slow is playing the London against me. We're going to have to be careful here. The question is knight h5 or e6? E6, e5. Knight h5, e5. Maybe e6 is safer. e6, e5. Takes. It's more dynamic. Knight takes g5. You're like Finny 100. We're at 12, 34, 5, 6. Aspie, did you do that? Move 11 did that. Move 11 donated 4, 5, 6. That's good. It encourages someone with like. It encourages people with ADD to donate, or autistic or whatever, you know, obsessive compulsive. Sorry. By donating like this 3, 4, 5 or whatever it was, 4, 5, 6. Move 11 is encouraging people with obsessive compulsive disorder to like donate an even number. Seriously, like someone's gonna donate $15.44 just to like even it out. Mr. Slow, take advantage of your chance to kill me on tilt. Can I play e5, e6? e5, e6. Pawn takes pawn. Yeah, I think I can do it. This brings new meaning to the hippo. It's like it's a very fluid hippo with both sides overexposed. Extended hippo. Hippo extension. But I can just turn it into an extended hippo now. A classic extended hippo with e6. High stakes hippo. Has Raftomov won yet? This is round 5 or round 6? Round 6. We have one more round after this. Mr. Slow, come on. Why do you have to be so... Alright, I'm going to have to close the center now. I'm sorry. Knight g5. I bet it might as well take this. I guess I don't have to close the center. It's possible to play bishop g7. This is a great French defense. Right? Now that's a great French defense you got there. God, I love the French defense. How does this rate? How does this rate among French defenses? Mr. Slow is gonna get down to his favorite incremental time mode. Is that Michael Stipe? Was Asterbate singing REM again? Does this make like a cubbyhole for your knight or something? You're attacking g5. Well, that's subtle. Rook g8, bishop h7, rook g7, bishop e3, rook g8, bishop h7, rook g7. No, then he has rook h6. I guess I have to play bishop g7. I don't really want to. Actually, I can play bishop e7, but then where am I going to put my queen? And then my h6 pawn gets weaker. I don't like it. I think I should go here. He couldn't play knight e2 fast enough. Do you think he wants to play? Do you think he wants to play knight? Let's see, knight g3. Do I have c5 yet? Are we there yet? He wants to play g4, knight g3. Can I castle queenside? What are you gonna do? Like, just secure knight on h5? Yeah, there you go. No problem. Oops. Sorry. What the heck just happened? Oh my god. Okay, I officially have no idea what's happening here. He's really, like, provoking me with c4. I didn't expect that. Now all hell's breaking loose. Wow. He's not even getting low on time. He's 1700 in bullet. I should start moaning about bullet ratings again. It's just embarrassing, man. Alright, you can have the pawn. You can have the a6 pawn. I sacrifice it. Oops, I lost my a6 pawn. Yeah, he didn't like that. Now I have no idea what's going on. Again. Oh boy. Did I miscalculate? Damn, my bishop on g7 is really buried. I need f6 like yesterday. Well, he's just better, man. He's a genius, you know? I don't know about this move. I don't think bishop takes d5 is best. It's probably okay. It does seem like a minor inaccuracy. He should have probably gone for it with d takes c5. Now it's like, maybe black's position isn't that bad. I hope he doesn't have a check there. But I'm still probably not winning. I don't know. Should I take with the pawn? Definitely not. Knight g2. Knight e3. Kind of hard to defend that pawn, huh? He's got ugly pawns. He shouldn't have traded queens. Did I lose a piece? No. This is weird. He was clearly, like, practically winning. Too much beer. Too much beer around here. This was kind of lucky. Well, I'm still not sure I'm winning, but I'm definitely out of the woods now. We're, my favorite, 2 pawns up in an ending. I can pour my beer and relax here. His knight has no good places to go. He can improve his king. So with black to play, it's really insane. His knight literally has nowhere to go. Isn't that crazy? Maybe he has another plan, though. I went to the wrong square. I should have played rook d8, not rook c8. I could definitely screw this up very easily. Oh, you have knight g8? You gotta like that knight on e5. Best knight ever. You couldn't get a better knight. It's protecting the base of my pawn chain. And it's just ominous there. He literally has no threats. Now he has a threat. That's one way to do it. Wow. Nope. Not today. Raftomov crushes again, dude. What's his performance rating so far? Okay, he got Ruslan Bear. Nice pairing, bro. Wow. He already played Don't Cry Wolf. I had to play Mr. Slow and you got Ruslan Bear. Ams is still in the tournament, too. And Asparov. Man, Raftomov is unstoppable. He has me beat on tie breaks. I need a miracle in the last round. Oof. Who is this Asparov character? Gary Asparov? From Fork University? Don't Cry Wolf is playing Sudden Death. Dude, you're very... It looked like that against me, too. I felt like it was just failure to adjust to Sudden Death, to increment time controls. You played a little too quickly against me. But Raftomov, what's his performance rating? 23-31. Okay, he had a couple draws. Draw with Don't Cry Wolf. Draw Mr. Slow. Yeah, Mr. Slow drags everybody's rating down. Mr. Slow. Sandbagger. So let's see how Mr. Slow was crushing me. Okay, it wasn't too bad. He was like crushing me apparently in the opening when I played bishop b7. So let's see. This is all new. Mr. Slow, we're being Mr. Slow. So only Drazic has played what I played. I forgot about Drazic. Bishop d3. And bishop b7 is question mark. Whoa. You have e5, e6 right away. Oh man. You have e5, e5, e6? Are you serious? Yeah, oh man, so I can't do that. I have to play e6 first. Okay, I looked at this before. I had forgotten. b5 is not best. I can play other moves. Transpose to the classical Peerts. Knight c6 is possible. There's several transpositions, and e6 is interesting as well. e6, and if bishop d3, then b5 is not as bad. Although I don't know if I like this either, but it's playable. Take. It's like Aliakin. So Mr. So had me in the opening there. He missed it. But I really thought I was in trouble here, man. And you should have taken on f6. I was trying to dare him not to do that. Then you got the London system. And I'm actually better here in this hippo. Oh my god. The hippo was good. The hippo was good. This was sound. I was like unsure about my position. I was scared when he played c4. I thought he was like a genius or something. But apparently this is just really bad. He's getting toasted on the c file. I wasn't self-confident enough after that loss. I didn't want to bring a knight to d4, but I didn't see how immediate this is. I'm just winning. It's unusual of Mr. Slow to do that. So he wasn't beating me, except in the opening. Then the ending was like slightly better for black. Losing after e3, e4. Good hippo. Extended hippo. Hippo extension. Raftimov and his brother crushing it today. Anonymous player. I like this guy's name. That's a lot of letters. We had a good turnout for a Swiss tournament. This is more than like the lichess Swiss gets. No, I'm just kidding. Hiroku forfeited. No, he played a real game. Auto push played 2 games. Alright. One thing you can do if you're going to be late, you can register. Come later. How does that work? Nope. Yeah, I can't catch. Somebody has to draw a Raftimov. I need you guys. Asparov has to come through. By the way, Asparov, what happened here? Asparov got a forfeit win. What? No, he got a win against El Shachmat, a forfeit win against Dinekis, and then tilt win against Don't Cry Wolf. You thought f7 was hanging. I was wondering what happened on f7. It was like as soon as I like turned on the board, there you were like dropping a piece. Overconfident or just on tilt? Good evening, ladies. Asparov with 3 points. Raftimov needs an opponent. So who's it gonna be? It has to be like Asparov. I kind of wish he would play Mr. Slow. Mr. Slow, although, might be on 5 beer mode by this point. Asparov says he apologizes in advance. That's funny. Alright. Last round. I apologize. Jeroen, long time we haven't played. Oh, Mr. Slow already played it. He already played Raftimov. I forgot it was a draw. So who's going to play Raftimov? Let's continue the theme. Why would I change now? And everyone knows the Sveshnikov, and his openings are pretty solid. But this is a good... B6 is not fun. That's not a fun thing to do. Alright, we got A5 in. Unfortunately, like, I don't have, like, the bishop supporting A6. I'd rather have E3, A5, and A6 than D3, A5. It doesn't really make sense for me to play A4, A5 that much in this position. Bishop b4 check. Pawn takes pawn. You can win a pawn with pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn, rook takes pawn, bishop b4 check. Winning rook. Well, winning the exchange. Has Raftimov ever won a tournament before? Was there one? No, I think it was that Don't Cry Wolf. You know who I miss? Arsenal Fan. I wish Arsenal Fan would come back. I'm sorry about I'm sorry about him being an asshole and all. I'll forgive him. I don't know, did you unban him? I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. But still, it's entertaining. You know, people have personality. It outweighs the negatives. Viewers that have personality, you know, and a sense of humor. You're making me want to play H4. I know this is crazy. Now he's had enough. He's had enough. He said, that's enough. Okay, it's chess. We can do what we want. Do what you want to do. Lobsters and crabs. It's like a Caro-Kann. Yeah, unban him, absolutely. I didn't mean to leave him banned forever. But I assumed he would just create another account. He said something about doing something else at one point. I assumed he just wasn't around, you know. It wasn't like... He's toxic anyway. No big deal. Do you hate it when people call you toxic? I'm being a little too creative today. But I figure Raftimov is unstoppable anyway, so I might as well just have fun in the last game. To be honest, against Raftimov, what I did was I dug myself in too big of a time hole, and I'm doing it again. But I know, thanks Mr. Coffee, I know you know, Jeroen has a tendency to get in time pressure, and he's not like the best fast blitz player in the world. But I kind of forgot or not realized like how quick Raftimov really was. With Jeroen, I can get away with like him having more time than me, but against a really quick player, I don't want to do that. It was a big mistake. I always think like Raftimov is the same as 10-year-old. That is a risky move, man. F6. Wow. It's a different kind of hippo. This is like, dude, if somebody saw this position who just came to the stream now, they would think it was chess 960. I mean, this is just too weird. Nice job, Mr. Coffee. We're up to 1244.99. What's that about? Chaotic Coffee tip 1043. What does he do? Make all prime numbers or something? 1244.99 is my new rating. It sounds like a price. When you get unbanned on the stream, is there like an email message or something? Congratulations, you've been unbanned from the stream. I don't like the way that Yaron is playing this. He might be on the beer too. It's very weird to play like f6 and f5. I've never been banned. On my own stream, at least. There's a stamina. You know, we're old. You ruined Mr. Coffee, Mr. Slow, we're all like old. And I think when we're old, we start to lose stamina. At round 6, round 7, the stamina factors in. I'm definitely playing best around round 3, round 4, round 5 in a 7-round tournament. You know, but in serious tournaments, actually, I have pretty good nerves if I get to a tense situation tournament. If I'm inspired, it overrides, like, if it's just like a regular result where I'm not doing that great, that's different. I mean, under pressure, I've had good results in the last rounds, even if I'm tired. But I need that inspiration, you know? Here, I mean, Raftomov is going to win the tournament. It's like a foregone conclusion. What's up with my light square bishop here? Nice light square bishop. And even this isn't that bad for black. Knight d4. What the heck am I supposed to play? Here's a weird idea. That's got to be bad. I think that Jeroen just realized he's playing the Dutch suddenly. He had played f6 and then something clicked and he was like, oh, wait, I'm playing the Dutch. There's a big piece on f4. Mistimed cheesesteak consumption. I had a really, really big craving for food. Don't talk about it. Oh man, you're gonna make me like want to go out and get like gyros or something. I haven't had a proper meal in a couple days. I'm just eating like sandwiches and ramen noodles. I don't know about e5. I think I have to though. Well, I could play d4. Actually, d4. Now that you mention it, I like d4. There's something to be said for just not playing theory and making people play chess. Some people react better than others. I mean, that's basically the whole premise behind the pseudo Pierts I've been playing with like d6 and a6. It just forces people to play chess. It's kind of the same principle as playing chess 960. What we need is something that's not theory to make them just think for themselves. We're better here, but Jeroen's not lost. And he has more time. Check. How about another weaknesses? I just said that. How about another weaknesses? I liked how that sounded. I'm seriously autistic. One beer and I'm like totally autistic. I'm not even drunk. I mean, it's like one beer. I can drink 10 beers. Alright. There you go. How's your d6 square? Assume nothing. Oh no. I gotta sack my rook on h5. We're just better positionally. Space. You know what's interesting though, your own's quicker than you think. I guess what I have to realize is that it's not that my opponents are quick, I'm just slow. It's like I'm stoned or something. My time usage is as if I was like smoking weed. Pawn takes pawn. Looks like a good move to me. I mean, strategically speaking. Nice isolated pawn you've got there, bud. Hey, I like your king safety too. How's that king safety coming along? He's still tough though. He's got yeah, he's built a sort of like wall. He's got the Donald Trump setup. I've got to do something. I hate this. I mean, I'm going to lose all my rook sacrifices on h5. No rook sacrifices on h5 now. But I had to get my king to a safe position, and now we like shift to the queen side. It's basically like a weird French Caro-Kann. His knight isn't that bad. Of course, white is clearly better. And now his pawn structure is pretty dubious. But still. Shit, I hung my b-pawn. Now he has c5. Watch out for c5. a5 as well. Defending really well. Sladgie. Your own is good with the Sladgie defense. Damn. Yeah, I guess this is not surprising for like a Stonewall player. Hungarian Stonewall Játékos. b4 could change things. Now we're wondering just what's happening here. I guess I was studying Harry Nelson Pillsbury games too much. This could be very unpleasant for black, though. There's a certain harmony between the white dark square pawns. Now, if c3 he has a5, this is a really nice move by him. Rook b8. So now I have to be like uber accurate. Or speaking of uber, rook a4. I guess that's the only move, because if I play c3 he has a5, freeing himself. If I play any other move, rook b1 he has a5. I mean, maybe rook b1, a5, I can take and give up. No, I could give up the the queen, the two rooks for the queen or whatever, but he's quick. I did notice this a couple weeks ago. The last time we played, Jeroen has gotten a little quicker. It's not all downhill. Asprey, and he wins tonight. What happened to Nedog, by the way? He just skipped out. Right now it's happy time. Black's counterplay is looking a little like non-existent. This is where we could really torture someone. You think like Iranian prison is bad. Try playing black in this position. Not a lot of upside here. It might be familiar to some of you who play the Stonewall Dutch, though. Stapvargen. This is like a nightmare Stonewall Dutch. That knight just can't get it going on. It got to d7, and a closed position should be good for the knight, but oh, there it goes. A spicy counterplay, attempted counterplay. I can't blame you. That's a good try, a reasonable try. A reasonable try. Actually, check. I should just not drop a bishop, probably. d4, c5, counterplays. Alright, we'll first check. I assume this is the last game going in the tournament, of course. Because only I'm playing the white side of a Stonewall in round 7, going for second place on tiebreak with 53 seconds left. iPad. You gotta get... Raftomov still fighting? Uh-oh. Fighting, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. Ooh, we threatened mate in 1. We can threaten mate in 1. Is it a good move, though? As good as anything, but I might as well just play this, I guess. Force the trade of rooks. Jeroen has a responsibility to the field to play this out, I guess. He doesn't have much in the way of counterplay now. Definitely not fun. It was a weird game. I have a plan. Alright. Takes the game. He's still fighting. He's got me on tiebreak. Well, Asparov, who Raftomov has a pawn up, that vicious queen and knight combo again, like he had against, you know who, Don't Cry Wolf. But Asparov, gotta admit, like, put up a fighting game here. But with Raftomov's technique, man, this looks tough. I'm not sure how the tie breaks work. Does it show all of Raftomov's tie breaks, or does he get more tie breaks after the game ends? He's already got me beat on tie breaks, so it doesn't matter. Oh, we were just looking at it from white side. Go Asparov. What's happening here? Black to move. Draw. I have for draw. I have for draw on your behalf. Yeah, h4. There's also queen c2 check, although I don't really want to see a knight ending. necessarily. I'll take it if I have to. But this thing here, you know, this is pretty interesting. There was also queen c2 check. I would probably take my chances in the knight ending. Maybe it's lost. White's generally better not trading. Well, Asperov 3-0. It's definitely. Oh my God. Will Robinson. Alert. A timely move, queen c2. Whoever Asperov is, they have a good sense of survival instinct. Now, they might want to continue surviving. Ooh. Don't think that was best. Now Raftomov, oh man. I think White can hang on with some practical tries. If he moves king g1, now it's the second pawn. He almost got mated in one. He avoided that though. It's good not to get mated in one. King g1, queen h1 check would be ugly. Yeah, that was unfortunate though. It looked like objectively Asperov had chances to hold the game until the blunder. 5 against 4, it's not that simple. If you play king g1, it's still chances. And black's king is a little open. So it wasn't like an automatic win because black's up a pawn. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. Wow. A shot? It's pretty. I think Asperov is underrated as well. It's a pretty nice shot. Although Raftomov is like a queen ending pro. He's a like one pawn up queen ending pro. Man, White has good chances to draw now. H5. It's probably a forced draw. Maybe not. I mean, he's taking on g6. He's taking on b7. Now White's actually better. He hung his queen on a mouse slip. Wow. Black offers a draw. White declines draw. Black resigns. Well, that was weird. Asperov. What happened there? Well, black, you know, I mean, he's like facing a forced draw, probably. Takes, queen takes b7, check. Actually, black maybe lost. It's lost, isn't it? If it's not lost, it's damn close to lost. But that shot with knight f7 was a nice one. Wow. Seriously. Knight f7, and it's not enough. Because black has queen takes a5 check, by the way. He missed it. He panicked with 24 seconds each. And then it's a draw. So queen f7 is a blunder. Man, well that was weird. That was a weird game. Look at that. Snake. I won the tournament. A deserved victory with a 24-51 performance. Not enough to gain rating points today, guys. I'm sorry. Did win the tournament. I don't really deserve it. No one deserves it. Raftomov deserves it more than me, but that was a bad game. That was a bad ending to the tournament, sadly, for Raftomov. He was winning. And Asperov looks pretty good. I keep thinking Asprov might be Arsenal fan, but the ratings are too low. He would always make up those funny names like Krapnik or whatever. Krapnik and Asprov would totally make sense. The Asprov says no. But it would be a good... It would be good. I know you played me before. I know. It's just funny. It's funny. Krapnik and Asprov match. So anyway, okay, I get first place. Raftimov second. He had only 21.93 performance, but still played very convincingly against me. Don't Cry Wolf. Asparov with a perfect score almost got third place, despite only playing 4 games. Actually 3. You've been thinking of Capablanca. Mr. Slow put in a full performance today. Oms had a little dinner break, but thanks for playing. Ruslan Bear, you ruined. Good game. Staffargan looks like he's rusty. And then Asterbay got himself a win today. Got yourself a win today against El Shachmat. And then a bye. I got me a bye. A draw and a draw. So I should just put that in the stream title. Asterbait has a draw in a game. When I save it to YouTube. This account violated the lichess. Oh, of course you're welcome. I love that when people like try to join the team, they violated the lichess terms of service. But alright, that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Monday morning, Wednesday morning, whatever. Monday morning, Wednesday morning. 1 beer, Sladgie. Wednesday morning, weird rapid challenges tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Thanks to the donations. We're up to $1244.99. Thanks to you guys for the funky donations, Mr. Slow and Move 11 and Acerbot and Acerbait. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks, Mr. Coffee, as always. See you guys later. Good tournament. Bye-bye.